Good morning, Peter Hyslop with your 8:30 Hunter News update. As Ausgrid continues its community consultation on upgrades to critical infrastructure as part of the Hunter's Renewable Energy Zone project, the Hunter Jobs Alliance is calling on the federal government to provide drop-in community centres similar to the one provided by the High Speed Rail Authority. The Alliance is concerned residents don't understand where to find reliable information and says physical centres with strong outreach programs will solve an information vacuum. Alliance co-coordinator Justin Page says residents aren't being told what's going on.
The Hunter's been a coal-reliant area, and the switch to renewable energy is concern for people, but with a local energy hub they could actually get reliable, accurate information to allay their concerns.
Meanwhile, Energy Co says it's trying to minimise disruption to locals affected by construction of the Hunter Transmission Project, including building wires from Araring to Bayswater power stations. But some residents don't buy it. They say large swathes or even entire plots of their land is being asked of them. With a hard-to-navigate compensation process, resident Kathy Morris has told the ABC she's far from satisfied with Energy Co's dealings.
The bullish approach is unnecessary, and that's why I am so angry. You don't need to do this to people. It's always going to be a conflict environment. You are impacting on people's lives, but learn how to negotiate that. Be empathetic.
Residents of Minmai allege a developer is constructing a controversial estate 40 metres outside of its boundary. They've shared photos showing construction is eating into protected wetlands. The Federal Department of Environment has confirmed it's investigating. The Regional Planning Panel approved the 858-lot Minmai estate of development last year, despite community opposition. A 43-year-old man is set to face court today, charged with the alleged arson of Lake Macquarie Council chambers in November last year. He's the second man to be charged after the fire caused extensive damage to the building and forced meetings off-site, while $12 million repairs were conducted. Following the fire, officers established Strike Force Comatium. Late yesterday, detectives arrested the man at Newcastle. He was refused bail to appear before Newcastle local court, charged with destroying property in company with the use of fire. Senior citizens from linguistically diverse backgrounds will now have access to the Active Stronger Better program following a $30,000 lifeline thrown by service provider Novacare. But critics say funding is still set to run out in July, and the service won't be provided to the majority of the Hunter region if further cash isn't announced. State member for Newcastle Tim Krakenthorpe says the program, for now, will assist culturally diverse people.
And it can be life-changing. The grant from the government will give them the opportunity to connect to more of these seniors locally, and it does report that attendance at classes gives physical health improvements in their balance, fitness, strength and flexibility.
And the federal government admits more resourcing is needed in the state's public hospital as wait times balloon. It comes following a mass resignation of psychiatrists and protests over what's being described a toxic workplace culture at John Hunter Hospital. Shortland MP Pat Conroy says an 11% boost to funding levels will go a long way.
We're a really important partner of the states, and we've been committed to ending the blame game, and this is a big part of that. We know that people in our community don't care who delivers it, they just want governments to deliver good services.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle first grade cricket leaders Wallsend will resume their match against 5th place Cardiff Boolaroo tomorrow after a strong batting performance last week. Wallsend declared 5 down for 308 thanks to 103 not out from Jacob Montgomery before their opponents finished the day none for 20 in reply. Elsewhere, Newcastle City and Stockton continued their match, with Stockton already securing first innings points on a rain-delayed first day. Toronto versus Charlestown and Belmont versus Uni will be beginning their matches on day 2 after last week's day 1 was completely washed out. The Jets host Melbourne Victory in the A-League Men's tomorrow as they continue their search for their first home win of the season. If it's to happen tomorrow, it won't come easily, with the Victory sitting in 3rd place. The match kicks off at 5 p.m. and is the first half of a double-header with the women's side, who take on Melbourne City at 7:45. And Fletcher Sharp looks set to spend some time in the halves during the Knights' first pre-season match against the Eels next Friday. That's Sport, I'm Will McGrath.
And the winning numbers in Powerball are 10, 19, 20, 23, 24, 31 and 34, and the Powerball is 14. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.